I cleaned the memory, but obviously I didn't. So this is memories. My good friend Chris, who is a huge space, like just a complete inspiration for the rest of us. He said that the 8x8 round tile or whatever plate could fit right into the bottom of an X-Pod lid. And he did that. And I loved them for it. So I did this as mini landing pads in the layout for one show. And they were awesome. And therefore, I keep them together. It's funny because I kept all of them together. And I had 7 out of the 8. I think it's 7 here. I think they're the top of the one of these pieces is the top of the escape pod for R2D2 and C3PO from Star Wars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, only 6. And the rest of them are tops, which I did not use. So, and I got these. I never bought the set, but I got these to make a spaceship with a rocket on it and a rocket engine on it. Oh, there's one of my other ones that I use. I don't know why it's in here because it's yellow, but whatever, put it in there. So I'm looking for one of those, and I'm looking for another one of those. This is cute. Things that make me go, this should not be in here. I should do with my other thing. I got a big umbrella. I love my collection. I got the road sweepers. So there's 2. There's 2. That's the 2 I needed. There's another one of those. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. Let's see if I can find 6. 6. Yeah. Oh, there's the other one. So it's all 8 landing pads. Because I had 8. Because I seem to like symmetry. Nothing much unique in here off that. Blue antennas that I got in a Bricklink order because I was running low. You think I would have ordered some trans red at the time? That should not be in here. These blue arms, I actually don't have a lot. I have enough, but I don't have a lot. And so I think something fell on the floor. There it is. Okay, so that's the blue round bin. I don't think I have any other round pieces. Oh, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. This is going to be a fun one. The last set of pieces that I need to pull. It's going to be in 45-degree slopes. Now again, not as organized as I want it to be. But it's just part of life, and the Lego collection is as vast as this that you don't get to sort it as much as you want to sort it, and considering the limited space. So these are my inverted 45 degrees, 1x2, 2x2, and bigger. And these are all my non-inverted, regular 45-degree slopes, 1x2 through, and this is still 45, so it's in here. And every once in a while, I'll go in here, and I'll realize how lazy I am by putting in, just dumping in a burner slope without putting in the right bag. So the other thing, I love this sound. The other thing I tried to do, because this is 2x3. The other thing I honestly tried to do, another inverted, like you can see, I get lazy every once in a while, and they just dump them in here without actually putting them into sorting them properly, which again, completely undermines the whole sorting process. but it is what it is. But I'm trying to find something specific in here that I can show you. I can guarantee some of these date back to my lunar lander, the blue lunar lander that came out in 1975-ish, whatever it came out. I had thought I just seen one, but I could be wrong. Because these are just quote-unquote regular slopes. So 2x4, 2x3, 2x2, 2x3, and 2x1. what I did is I took all the funky pieces and I put them in this bag. And what I mean by funky pieces is double wedge, peak on the roof, the inverted peak on the roof right here, the roof peak there. And what should be in here, if I kept them separate, it doesn't look like at all I kept them separate at all, which is disappointing to me, is the inverted 45 2x2. Now, this is not saying I don't have it. This is saying it's not in here because I may have put it in there. So this is going to be even more fun because now I have to go in there and find them. So this is going to go aside. I keep on meaning to just go old school, early 70s, and build a house with these pieces for the roof because that's what I did when I was a kid. So they're inverted. Okay, so now I'm dumping this out, which is what it is. Get everything else separated because it might be in here. And I did not sort them out if they are in here, so this is going to be fun. So I'm going to get this thing over here. Just a spare bin with some of these bigger pieces in. They came out with these and they came out with this. It's like stuff that just drove me nuts. Couldn't keep it consistent. And you can see how bad some of the coloring is on some of these because they almost look like tan. That also is what it is. I can't do anything about it. My collection does span 5 or 6 decades, and so I'm gonna have old pieces and new pieces galore. Now I've got rid of most of the miscellaneous stuff that I know won't be part of it. What I am slightly, again, the collection hasn't let me down a lot, but I only have 2 of these as spares right now because I did Space Police 1 and some other sets that required lots of them. So I am low on those, the 4x4s. I got tons of 2x4s inverted, but hardly any 4x4s left over. But again, my whole point is I own lots of them, but they're otherwise indisposed in a build. Oh, there's another one. Good, 3. You would think I would have pulled out those really, really cool pieces, the double inverted, if I did have any. I remember the last time I was looking for them, I had to go through this entire pile before I found, how many do we need? 4. Ooh. That's going to be fun. I'm going to take a while here and just keep on talking about whatever's. If I find one, I think it's going to be a miracle right now. So maybe I don't have any anymore, which would be a damn shame. Because I want to be there for my friend who's looking for these parts and pieces. And overall, my collection has been very, very good to reconstitute. But again, I think those parts only came in the Starfleet. I mean, the Cosmic Fleet Voyager. I could be wrong on that. They could have come in a different set too. And I don't have Bricklink up to tell me which other sets they came in. I'm just going by a screenshot. But some sets had exclusive pieces in them, and this might be one of them, which means I probably, if I reconstituted quote unquote all my Starfleet Voyagers, I mean Cosmic Fleet Voyagers, then I probably don't have any in here. But because I've already gone through most of this pile and not seen one. And if you did see one, you're yelling at the screen, "Hey Dave, you missed it." That could be a possibility. But I definitely do not see them at all in here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these extra pieces I keep on dumping in there. I'm going to put them in a different baggie. They are not in line 1 at all. Okay. That is disappointing. That is very disappointing. But I'm gonna try one more thing. I'll put these in here so they're separate from those regular pieces. Bag of those. Let's come over here. This is my plates. Where's there's bags. I am getting to the point where these things probably should be in a bin of their own. But unfortunately, I don't have the shelf space to put them in a bin of their own. A league of their own, as they say. It's more than slightly explained. Song and dance, a little soft shoe. A little Frank Sinatra singing. And I did it my way. I gotta get demonetized. My dad loves karaoke, and I love listening to my dad sing. I've been listening to my dad sing my entire life. He was in the choir when I was a kid, the church choir, and he was doing barbershop quartets back in the day, which was fun to listen to him do that. And he sings while he's gardening, and he sings while he's working around the house. It was awesome to grow up with that guy, and I'm so glad he's still around to be there. So I'm a very blessed person to have that kind of stuff. So put that there, put that there, top. Let's try one more thing. I don't think they've been 33 bins at all. But I may have dumped them in here just for no reason whatsoever. This is my miscellaneous slopes bin, 2x4s, these round pieces here, and I don't think I would have been that dumb to dump them in here. This is from all these Arctic pieces that I got over the years. I don't want to dump this out yet. No, I don't think I would have put them in here. So yeah, that's that. That's all my slopes that. Well, that's the thing. That really is. Nothing I can do about it. I'm gonna have to convey to my friends my sorrow and my lack of parts for him. So yeah, I think I got everything else. So yeah, it is one of those. Sorry, I do like helping people get the pieces they need. I want to be that person, but sometimes it is what it is. I don't have it. And so 4 pieces there. Yeah, I definitely have to sort that out before I just small it. So 4 of those, 1 of those, that's 5. And then 6, 7, 8 pieces I do not have. Well, I'll ship what I got. And what's going to happen is if and whenever it shows up, I'm going to get the new 3x4 panels. I'll ship him those 3 at that time. Unless he's on a comparable, that for shall not be named, but I don't know if he is. But I'm glad I did that, first of all, because I got all these panels back, these 45-degree windows, all of them, fantastic. Gonna put those back in there, and I got these blue ones back. So should I get 4 of those double inverted pieces, I might build myself another cosmic Leaf shirt myself. See what happens. But I think that's a nice start. So I think that is everything. Yes. Yeah, all of them. Okay, so I am going to pack those up and get them in the mail. That was fun. and again, just by doing this, I've sorted my collection more, which is what I like to do. I don't want to do everything in one shot. That would get really, really boring. What I want to do is just do something like that, where things are just slightly more organized than they were before. What the heck is this? Go away. I don't want no chat GBT on my laptop. I can't stand people. So that's it. That's all. I'm going to, how long was this so far? 15 minutes. I'm going to wrap this up by saying to my good friend, it's here. I'm going to pack them up, get them in the mail to you. I grabbed the good pieces. we brought out the good silverware for our company. I remember my parents used to do that. We used to have to eat in the kitchen, not in the dining room when we were alone. But when we had guests over, we ate in the dining room on our cherry, the whole dining room set. And my parents had a really good dining room set back then, back in the 60s. They got it as a wedding present. They had this beautiful hutch/credenza. They had this table that would pulled out to, you could sit 20 people around it. And these really nice chairs that were very comfortable to sit in. But when there's no company, we're sitting in the kitchen on the bench. We had a bench along two corners of the kitchen for us kids, and mom and dad had a chair each on the outside of this kitchen table. I'm amazed of the stuff I do remember as a child, and I'm amazed at the stuff I forget that as a child, because I talk to my friends or my family and my cousins and stuff like that. Oh, remember this when you were 6? No, I don't remember that at all. And you think I would, but I remember my mom and dad's dining room set. I also remember, for stupid memories, because I was reminded of it. We have in this house now a front door, hopefully, and we put this little drawer thingy that holds the shoes. So it's only 6 inches deep because the drawers fold out, they hinge at the bottom, and you can slide the shoes in there and close them up. So it only takes up 6 inches, or probably less, of real estate in the front hallway, and it's bolted to the wall. So it has 2 legs coming down the front, which are on the floor, but the rest of it's bolted to the wall. So it doesn't have 4 legs; it has 2 legs, and it has four shelves, so they all tip out. These shelves have these very, very crystal-ish looking handles, multifaceted diamond looking handles, and I didn't think anything of it when I installed it, but our doorway faces east. Our front door is east, and so when the sun comes up in the morning and the front door is open, because we have an open door policy, we have a storm door and we have the front steel door. When we wake up, we leave the front steel door open, and so the sun shines in. And we have the storm door with the screen, so the air flows through the house. So and it's glass, it's a storm door, top to bottom is glass. It's one of those doors where when you roll down the glass, the screen shows up. So it's not like a screen door, like the glass, the screen's always there. You push up the glass, the screen disappears in this little roller at the top. But anyway, so it was a couple years back when we installed this thing, and it was like in the spring, because of course the sun's over there and it's there and it's over there, because it tilts around Earth, spherical Earth. And so the sun was shining directly in the door and hitting these little facets of crystal, and it puts all the beautiful rainbow disco lights, if you want to call it, on the floor and on the walls in the hallway. And I'm going, core memory unlocked, because my sister and I, she might not even remember this, my sister and I would wake up on Saturday morning, not school mornings, Saturday morning, because in our old house, the back of the house faced east, unlike our house. The back of the house faced east. And my dad built the house in 1967. He was, whatever. He built his own house. Great guy. And he put a massively huge dining room window in the dining room. Massively huge dining room window. It was like 7 feet long. It was like back in the day. It was a big dining room window. It wasn't like a little bedroom window. It wasn't like a kitchen window. It wasn't a bay window like in the front of our house. He had this beautiful bay window in the living room. But in the back, he had this beautiful, huge dining room window, and it was just, I think it was either 1 or 5 sections. It didn't open, but it was just massively huge. As a kid, it looked huge, but it was basically the entire wall. and And I don't know if they got it as a wedding present or an inheritance from old family members, but they had this. It wasn't ornate, it wasn't ostentatious, but they had this beautiful chandelier hanging over the dining room table in the dining room. My parents had a dining room to have guests in. It was a separate room from the kitchen and the eat-in area for the rest of the family, as mentioned. But it was a dining room. It was a full-size dining room with a credenza hutch thing and a big table that would fold out, and you can fit 15, 20 people around it and still be in the dining room. It was fantastic. Anyway, so, and back then, where my dad built his house, there was our backyard, which was pretty deep, and then there's a field where we used to go flying our kites, and then there's another field and farmers on the other side. So there was no trees, there was no high things to block the sun from coming into the house first thing in the morning. It was like straight into the house, and my sister and I would be there on a Saturday, not every day and not all Saturdays, but on a Saturday we would be there as the sun came up and hit the chandelier. Because the chandelier, again, not ostentatious. It wasn't like massively huge Phantom of the Opera chandelier thing. But it was about, I don't know, 1.5 feet diameter. But it had all these little hanging jewels on it. And these little ropes of jewels going from spindle to spindle. I think it had 6 lights, six candle lights in it, and a central light. It wasn't ostentatious, but it was nice. It was one of my favorite things I remember as a kid. It wasn't too small, and it wasn't too big. It was just perfect. And the sun would come in and would hit that thing, and the entire dining room would just be enveloped in rainbow splotches of yellow, blue, red, because the light with the sunlight would hit the chandelier, all the little hanging nodules of crystal on the chandelier, and it just boom, the entire dining room window, the entire dining room was just like all the walls and the floor and the ceiling would just have this reflection of whatever rainbow colors, and we loved it. We thought it was like the most magical thing in the entire universe. My sister and I, that was just it was awesome. And you think about that little tiny thing. And then life goes by, 50 years goes by, right? 45, 50 years goes by, completely forgot about it. So before I hit double digits, I forgot about it because we were in a new house by then, and you're only a little kid at 6 years old once. And so I can guarantee I completely forgot about it until that hallway upstairs just a few years back after we installed that thing. And like boom, like all the memories came wafting over me. My sister and I just gawking at the beautiful lights and the reflected from the sun on top of the crystal. It was magical for a 6-year-old. So, anywho, I don't know why you guys needed to know that, but I thought I'd tell you anyway. I loved it, and then there are so many core memories, if we're going to call them, of my childhood in that house. And again, I have a faulty memory as it is. I have never ever denied that I do not have a faulty memory, or denied that I have a faulty. I have a very, very faulty, and it's not. A lot of people say people don't remember the stuff that they don't care about, and I fully understand it. I can guarantee I forgot tons of stuff that I couldn't give a rat's patootie about. Gone 5 seconds after it happened. But the stuff I do remember seems to have a story associated with it, good or bad, a story associated with it. And that story that I just told about my sister, and the lights from the chandelier, the reflections of the prisms of the multicolored on the walls, I had forgotten about for the longest time until that happened. And then it all came flooding back to me. And that's what sometimes happens. I guess it happens with everybody. Something unlocks a key memory. But I seem to want the story, not just the memory. I want the story of the memory. And I like regaling people with stories. And I have so many stories to regale people with. I sometimes put people to sleep, like you guys are probably sleeping now. But it was a core memory, and I absolutely adored it. And, that's part of life. And again, you can't go back. You can't go home again, as they say. I would hate to go revisit that specific room with that specific chandelier and that specific sunrise and realize it wasn't as magical that I want to hold for it in my head. But again, I'm also a realist, to know that it probably wasn't that magical or that fantastic. Like I just remember the walls just being painted and the ceiling being painted with these rainbow colors and whatever. And I go, oh, there's like 20 dots in the wall. But even when I go upstairs, like in the morning on the Saturday when we get up and the sun's coming in, those 4 little nodules of whatever crystal, pretty good prisms, and they're all across. And again, that's why they such a huge memory. I can take I think I took a picture of it and put it on my Facebook. It's all over the floor, and it's really neat to see. And again, I understand the complete physics behind it. I understand prisms. I understand all of it. But there's that je ne sais quoi of prisms and rainbows and all that stuff that you can't rationalize with physics. Because it's just wonderful. It's like when you got the garden hose outside and you're spraying it and you see the rainbow inside your garden hose spray. It's like, wow, I think that's awesome. the littlest things in life really make me happy. And that when I'm out watering the gardens or whatever, and I make a little spray with my thumb over top of the hose, and I get the little and the particles are small enough to make a mist and the sun's shining on it. Oh, there's a rainbow. And I'll just keep on, oh, there's a bigger rainbow. This is what I do. So there you go. I wasted more of your time. You're welcome. Anyway, I'm going to pack this up. I'm going to, these things fall pretty easy. I'm going to send it to my friend and hope he has the ability to find the other 8 pieces. That's it. That's all. Hope you like this one. I did. I like pulling parts for friends, and it makes me happy that I'm doing this because, honest to goodness, it makes me happy. It's not only for friendship, but I am downsizing, and I can't keep on repeating the fact that I'm downsizing. So, and I want to downsize. I did mention that I do not want to downsize my sets, my space sets as yet. Although, again, we can make a exception if you really want something. But I have no problem getting rid of classic space parts if I have lots of them. Hint, hint. We were at dinner, Lego dinner, a couple weeks back, and I was talking to one of my friends there, and he goes, "Oh, I really wish I had. I know you have that part. I really wish I had that part." I go, "Dude, I've been saying it for years now. You want a part. I mean, we do shows together. You want a part. Just ask." Now, if it's an expensive part, we'll work out a price. But I gave away a trans neon green quarter dome to a friend who wanted to reconstitute a megacore magnetizer. I don't care how much they're worth on Bricklink right now. You're a friend, and it's worth nothing to me. It's just taking up space in my room. Now, I don't want people taking advantage of that, and I'm going to be the determiner of somebody's taking advantage of that, but this is not taking advantage of me at all. There's nothing in here that I need or want right now. So it's like, you get her gone. Yeah. I'll talk about the rest of it after, because there's something else that's related to this that's going to happen in a future video. So stay tuned. There you go. There's a nice cliffhanger for you. There's me. No end of entertainment for you guys. You guys all stay safe. Take care. Hope everybody's doing well, and I will talk to you soon.